10,000 subs. How did we get here? I'll tell you how. Brain damage.
Of course!
Surely I must have had something planned for this milestone. After all, it's because of you that I have my very own skin in Project Kaiju. Because for some reason, people think I'm special. So what ideas did I have in the idea room? There's nothing in the idea room.
Help, please.
So yeah, I decided to do a Q&A. Probably not the most original thing to do for a special, but at least I was somewhat curious to see what you guys would ask, and also kind of terrified. I don't have to explain how the Q&A works, but I do want to make something clear before I get right into it. If I don't answer your question, I am sorry. I got a lot of questions, and if I answered every single one of them, I would have been here forever. So without further ado, let's get into it. What are your opinions on the MonsterVerse generally currently? What do you think about its current situation? What do you desire and dislike compared to other eras? I think you're referring to the GXK delay and the strike when it comes to what do you think of its current situation? Which if that's what you're referring to, then yeah, it sucks that the movie got delayed, but dude, I'm more pissed off about the fact that these actors don't get paid properly. If you are an actor in a high budget film, you are making the movie possible, therefore you should be paid heavy for that. It's as simple as that. What do I desire? Destroyer to make an appearance. Like, the opportunity is there, they should do it, at least to me. What I don't like about it compared to other eras. Okay, I'm not actually gonna answer this one because I actually want to live another day, so yeah. If you can make any kaiju from KU go off sale / sent to the Shadow Realm like Titano and Mecha Ghidorah, which would it be and why? Mother Longlegs. She is so bland and she's in the most expensive pack in the game. Not to mention she got nerfed super hard, so if she was removed from the game, I would not miss her. What do you usually do outside of making videos? Whenever I'm not making videos, I'm either listening to music or playing random games I have on my laptop. As you can see on screen, I'm actually making Geometry Dash levels again because 2.2 is about to come out soon, thank God. This level is still a heavy work in progress, but I'm happy the way it's turning out. Oh yeah, and also I started using Blender recently and I made this horrible abomination. Are you ever gonna cover other kaijus like G21, RPO, Muno Prime, and MG21 and KU?
Maybe someday.
Are you familiar with Cloverfield? If yes, what is your opinion on it? I don't really have an opinion because I haven't seen the movie, but I will say this, it looks terrifying. Will you do any other content like Minecraft, TF2, Half-Life, etc.? And do you plan on growing your channel to bring a successful YouTuber, or do you do it as a fun hobby? This is a hobby. I make zero money doing these videos. I'm not so sure if I would make this my job, but in terms of doing other content, I do plan on doing other content. Recently, I had the idea of doing Godzilla Unleashed, but I'm not sure when I'll do those other videos. Will you make a Rose Bio video?
No fucking shit.
The only reason why I'm not doing it now is because I want to cover Violante remodel and Rose Bio in the same video. So I'm just waiting for Vera and the team to finish her.
God knows we need it.
What kaiju / remodel do you want added the most? I'm pretty sure he's talking about KU when he says this, and if that's the case, I really want to see GMK Godzilla get added. Since Violante is basically crossed off the list because it's coming soon, I want to see Heisei King Ghidorah get a remodel. Favorite game outside of Roblox? It's Gmod, but most of those hours are spent playing Half-Life. Over and over.
They open the silo door! They're coming for us! It's our only way out!
Would you main Space Godzilla or Monster X if they came out? Space Godzilla's cool, but Monster X is cooler. Favorite OST for video game, show, and movie? I immediately have an answer for show and video game, but for movie, I don't really know. Where'd you get the name Froki Looter X from?
I pulled it out of my ass.
What is your overall thought process on Titan Genesis' future? Do you think it'll turn out good? Considering the fact that it's basically gonna be a recreation and an expansion to an unfinished game, and also the fact it's saving our wallet, I can see this game turning out great, especially if there are no obnoxious bugs on some Mario Sunshine shit. And I discovered all these issues when I was 6 years old.
Into the end.
Will you ever do a face reveal? No! Violante, what the fuck? What made you start to play Kaiju Universe and make videos? It may sound like a stupid answer, but quite literally, I was bored. Now see, there was a game before Kaiju Universe that I ended up playing actively, that game being Kaiju Cool, a game you may or may not be familiar with. For me, it was basically just a time killer game where I would just have fun playing as a giant monster, and that was it, until I got bored again, and I decided to look up Kaiju games on Roblox again. That is when I came across Kaiju Universe a second time, because yes, I did play old KU, but it was one of those things where I just picked up a random game, played it for like 5 minutes, and then never played it again. And for some reason, second time was a charm, because once I picked up KU again, I became an active player, which I'm glad I did, because guess what? This was around the same time I left a dog shit game. It was also around the same time where I wanted to get back into YouTube again, after I basically went on a hiatus after I left said dog shit game, and then the day finally came. On August 16th, 2022, I made my first Kaiju Universe commentary video. When I was sick. Yeah, that's some determination, Froki. You're a highly trained professional. Look, I've been rambling for so long, so I'm just gonna keep this short. Why did I start making KU videos? Because I actually enjoy the topic, unlike this game. Fuck this shit! Who or what inspired you to make content? I think this is a pretty obvious answer, but when you're a kid and you grew up watching stuff like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and Dash EXP, you probably wanted to do the same thing and just make content for shits and giggles. I guess to add on to it and make it a bit more interesting, I did used to draw comic books in school school just to like entertain my friends. Yes, I'm an artist, but I'm not a good one. The comics weren't good, obviously, but the thing was, if I already enjoyed entertaining people and I used to love watching these people on YouTube, then how about I just make a channel to entertain people? I know that the concept is baffling. Which Pacific Rim Jaeger is your favorite? It's Gypsy Danger. Or is it Gypsy Danger? To be honest, actually, I don't give a fuck. Actually, it's between Gypsy Danger and Crimson Typhoon. Both of them are very close to being my favorite. Is there any reason for liking GMK or just wanting him to be in KU? Other than he looks epic. Well, of course, I have a reason besides he just looks cool. See, unlike other Godzillas where he's either a creature that doesn't really understand his situation, a hero, or an anti-hero, GMK Goji is just pure evil the entire time. He is highly aware of the things he's doing the entire time, killing everything that he sees. It's already scary enough to see a radioactive lizard destroying your entire city, but when you know it is actively hunting to end tons of lives, God, it's terrifying. Especially knowing the fact that this Godzilla is actually made up of the souls of those who died in World War II. It's scary as hell, its theme song is great, and come on, in this film, with Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Ghidorah this time is the good guy. How can you not find this Godzilla awesome? Do you like eggs? Yes. Will you ever make a Destroyer video for PK? That's actually going to be my next Project Kaiju video, though I do also really want to cover Obsidius and Crystalak in one video, but plans could change. Why do you keep changing your profile picture? Well, you see, I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it. You know, I just do things. But I also think it's funny because then people get confused as to what I'm supposed to be. One day I'm Spider-Man, the next minute I'm Snorlax. It's fucking great. How do you think you impacted the KU community as a whole? Not at all. I don't exactly think my stupid ass would cause any kind of impact. I talk about Roblox Kaiju games and say bad words. Yippee. How are you?
I'm in constant pain.
What has been your favorite update in KU ever? I would say Rose Bio just because it's Violante, but to be honest, that's just Violante remodel light. To be completely honest, my favorite update was probably last year's Halloween event. Not only was it my favorite time of the year, not only did it introduce one of my favorite kaijus in the game, but it added one of the best features in KU ever, the Sanctum. When your game revolves around hunting people down and beating the shit out of them for XP, having a Coliseum where everyone is in one place is just perfect. So if the Sanctum is coming back this Halloween, let's hope they keep it permanently because it's one of my favorite parts of the game. Favorite food? Domino's Pizza because it's the best pizza, and if you say otherwise, you are wrong. How do you feel about KU's balancing? For me, I am very split on KU's balancing. I am not gonna say that this game is balanced because really it's not, and it probably never will be, but it's not terrible, at least compared to what I've seen. It's always a mixed bag for me. You either have some kaijus that are shit, some kaijus are okay, some are questionable, and some make me want to slip my wrist. This question was Shinagawa Boy's question in the Discord DM. When did you start watching Murder Drones? It was around the release of episode 2 Heartbeat. And Jesus Christ, the more I watch this show, the more my brain fucking dies. And the last question I'm gonna answer is similar to one that Shinagawa Boy asked too. Why do you like Violante? Is she your favorite kaiju, and when did you start liking it? I don't exactly remember when I started liking it, but I do know why I like it. Of course, one of those things have to be the absolutely fantastic design, which surprisingly did not scare me as a child. I don't know why Orga did, but moving on. I love the story behind Violante. She is not a prehistoric dinosaur nor an alien from outer space. Violante is born from grief and genetic engineering. A scientist named Dr. Shiragami loses his daughter Erika Shiragami after a bombing on his lab. He couldn't let her go. He couldn't be alone. In desperation to keep her in his arms, he splices her DNA with roses, going as far as using Godzilla cells, blinded to see the consequences as all he wanted was his daughter back. This plan kind of worked, though it quickly escalates as Violante is born, an eldritch monstrosity, horrifying yet beautiful at the same time. Instead of letting Erika rest and moving on, Dr. Shiragami just ended up making a prison for Erika that feels like torture. This is where Dr. Shiragami has to decide immediately. Does he keep trying to play God and try to save Erika, keeping her trapped in this scientific nightmare, potentially destroying tons of homes and lives with this one creature, while good intentions spiraled out of control? Or does he finally let her rest, move on, accept what fate has done to Erika, and say goodbye? And there you have it, my 10k sub Q&A. I actually have to be very quiet because I don't want people to wake up and stone cold stunner my ass. I, of course, want to thank every single one of you for somehow being patient with me just to hear me ramble on and on with seemingly no end in sight. And of course, all the love and support you have given me. I may not get paid for any of this stuff at all, but it really makes me happy knowing that people just want to see more of me talking. But yeah, I'm going to go now because I have a bed to slumber on, videos to make, and drugs to intake.